Chapter 17, A Man or a Mouse? Of course, destiny is a funny thing. We go out to meet it, sometimes even when we don't know that we are. A wide open page spread out before Despereaux like a vast land. Its first line of the print was a road that promised adventure. The mouse traveled over the landscape, reading as he walked. The storybook knight galloped across the countryside towards a castle in the distance. The fair princess was still waiting by her window. The knight thundered toward her. He stormed across the drawbridge and into the castle courtyard. He flew off the saddle, drew his sword, and bravely made his way toward the princess. In her chambers, the princess turned as the valiant knight burst through her door. Their eyes met. Neither moved for a moment. Then they ran toward each other and, "Despereaux Tilling!" Only this voice was not soft and light like that of a storybook princess. This voice was cold and brittle and quite real. Despereaux wheeled around. 3 elderly mice, led by the mayor, stood on the page. The members of the Mouse Council looked down upon Despereaux with scornful, beady eyes. The mayor looked gravely from the mouse to the book. "How long have you been working on this book?" he asked, inspecting its spine. A week," Despereaux answered. The mayor frowned at the abundance of perfectly good glue still remaining. "A week? You've hardly cracked it." "Well, I just wanted to see how it ends," Despereaux said truthfully. This, as you might have guessed, was the wrong answer. Back in the mouse world, a huge crowd was forming. News of a mouse council arrest spread quickly. Mice ran from their homes and swarmed the town square. They all clamored just inside the mouse hole to get a better look at the prisoner about to enter. When he arrived, mice had to stand on park benches so to catch a glimpse of him. The prisoner was so small, it was nearly impossible to see him among the council escorts and 2 burly guards. The spectators pointed and whispered the captured mouse's name. You see, Despereaux Tilling was no longer an anonymous mouse, free to stare out the window and daydream. He was now a mouse accused of and about to be tried for unspeakable crimes. In no time at all, Despereaux was seated in the Mouse Council courthouse. Fashioned out of a grand silver humidor, the courthouse was designed to make a mouse feel small. Polished walls went on forever, and the sky-high ceiling was decorated with the ornate seal of the cigar company. And to ensure that a mouse felt smaller still, the Mouse Council sat at a long table that loomed high above the accused. At the head of the table, the mayor recited Despereaux's crimes. Refused training as a mouse. Refused to respect the will and guidance of elder mice. Repeatedly engaged in bold and unmeek behavior. Triggered, willfully, not less than 17 mousetraps. Here the mayor paused dramatically while the audience murmured. Despereaux smiled slightly to himself. Had personal contact with, the mayor paused again, with a human being. The crowd gasped. Despereaux Tilling, the mayor said, are these charges true? Yes, I think so, Despereaux said, and then, trying to be helpful, added, but I lost track of how many mousetraps. Do you understand the penalty for associating or conversing with a human being? The mayor asked, his voice thundering down upon the little mouse. Now, where you might be wondering, were Mr. and Mrs. Tilling seated during this inquisition? Lester and Antoinette were at home, too overcome with worry to watch. By the living room window, Lester cowered and rocked, with his wife beside him. Isn't there something you can do? Antoinette asked, looking back towards the courthouse in agony. Antoinette, stop, said Lester, wringing his paws. Stop that. You have to trust them. They're the council. They're the council 'cause they're the council.